Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Hope you guys are doing well today. In this video, I'll be covering an auto-compounding protocol called 11.finance. They originally deployed on the Binance Smart Chain, and recently they've made their expansion into the Polygon network. And by watching this video in its entirety, you'll get a brief introduction to the platform, you'll learn about the tokenomics, and most importantly, for all of you guys that are farming on Polygon and the Binance Smart Chain, I'll show you guys how you could potentially earn a yield of 2 to 3% a day. And after watching this video, if you have any questions, concerns, or you want to dig deeper into 11.finance, I would strongly recommend joining my Discord channel. Not only will you be able to grow and learn through dialogue, but you'll also be able to connect with like-minded individuals for free alpha, and occasionally you'll learn about high-quality, low-key farms. But if Discord isn't your thing, at the very least, make sure you guys check me out on Twitter. This way you can stay up to date with DeFi-related news and also learn about protocols before they become popular. Both the links to my Discord channel and my Twitter profile can be found in the description below. With the intro out of the way, let's go ahead and dive into this video. Alright, to get things kickstarted, let me give you guys a brief introduction to 11.finance. They launched this year in the month of February, and they allocated about 70% of their tokens to be distributed to farmers, and 50% of these tokens were given out in the first 4 months. And now that this 4 months has elapsed, they're going to be very selective about the pools that get boosted with an additional yield, because the remaining 50% of the tokens they've allocated to give to yield farmers, instead of being given away in 4 months, they're going to be given away in 8 months. And what's going to further dilute these rewards is the fact that they've expanded into Polygon. And in an effort to compete with other auto-compounding protocols within the Polygon network, they're going to be juicing up yields for multiple pools on Polygon. So for example, if you deposit your MATIC token on Polycat and you bring your LP token and deposit it here, not only will this protocol auto-compound your rewards from Polycat, on top of that, you're going to get an additional yield paid to you in the ELE token. And if you're using the Binance Smart Chain, they've basically removed all the yield boost that they had on the pools before, and now the only pool that they've boosted yields for is the ELE token pool. I mean, that's bad news for people using the Binance Smart Chain, but great news for people that are farming on Polygon, especially people that don't want to get exposure to pools that have impermanent loss. Here on Polygon, you can deposit your assets, get single asset exposure, and still earn very robust yields without being subjected to impermanent loss. And unlike other protocols like Beefy.finance that charge a deposit fee, you're not going to have a deposit fee on 11.finance. But you will be subjected to a withdrawal fee and a performance fee. But overall, if you compare this to other protocols like Beefy and Adamant.finance, what they charge is very competitive. And additionally, other auto-compounding protocols on the Polygon network don't support pools that charge a third-party fee. So for example, if you come over here to Polycat, you can see that you're going to end up being charged a 4% deposit fee. And because of that, many of these auto-compounding protocols don't even mess with pools like that. Because every time they auto-compound your returns and they make a deposit into the pool, you're going to be charged a 4% deposit fee every time. I mean, in the long run, you'll still remain profitable, but at least with 11.finance, with the boosted pools, it's kind of padded because you're getting an additional yield paid to you in the ELE token. So if I was already in one of these pools on Polycat, I think it'd be a no-brainer to deposit your LP position here. Now this brings me to the next topic of the video, which is the tokenomics. If you're not interested in getting exposure to the ELE token, of course you could just farm it and sell it for more of the asset that you're long-term bullish on. But on the other hand, if you want to keep a portion for speculation, you'll definitely want to pay attention to this segment of the video. They've made some recent changes, and the net result of those changes is that now we have about 10,000 LE tokens that are being distributed or emitted on a daily basis. This is a lot less than before, and on top of that, all the fees that they've been collecting, about 70% of them are being used to buy back and burn the ELE token. This is a significant increase from the V1 model. Previously, 25% of the fees collected were used to buy and burn tokens. Now it's 70%. To make this happen, they decided to reduce the dividends significantly, and they also cut the dev fee and the controller fee. This was published on May 6th, so it's only been a month since they implemented these changes. And if you look at the price, they were gaining some momentum, but unfortunately they weren't immune to the market-wide correction, and it hit a low of approximately $1 before rebounding. They've only been on Polygon for the last couple weeks, and the TVL is already 81 million. And the reason that's relevant to the tokenomics is because the platform charges a 0.1% fee from LPs who withdraw. And on top of that, each time a vault is harvested, 2.2 to 3.5% fee is taken from any rewards gained by the strategy. And since they've added additional deflationary mechanisms, they've reduced the emission, and you have about 70% of the fees that are used to buy back and burn the ELE token. From a tokenomics standpoint, this is incredibly bullish, and these are the types of changes that you need to have, or that you need to make, to have a material impact on the token price. And once the token price starts reversing and many of the early depositors make a gain on the LE tokens that they hold, as the token price appreciates, they're more and more likely to hold those tokens than just dump them. Now, to end the video, I'm going to give you guys my closing thoughts. The auto compounding space is very competitive. With that being said, I do think that it's not a zero-sum game. You're going to have multiple auto compounding protocols because you need this perpetual competition to encourage these platforms to keep out innovating each other. For example, now that you have 11.finance that's supporting pools that have a deposit fee, I wouldn't be surprised to see Beefy or Adamant do the same. And since they're no longer offering boosts on the Binance Smart Chain, for all of you guys that are farming on Polygon, this is a pretty good opportunity for you guys, especially if you're interested in getting single-sided exposure. Not only will the boosted yield cover any deposit fees that you're charged, but you're also getting ELE tokens after they've had their first series correction. And you're essentially getting them for free. So what you could do is sell a portion of the ELE tokens that you get to cover all the deposit fees, but also keep a small bag of ELE tokens on the side just in case the price recovers to its previous all-time highs. Because as I mentioned in the tokenomics portion of this video, they're making a lot of good moves and making sure that, there's enough deflation and there's enough buying pressure for the token. And typically what happens when these platforms iterate on their tokenomics is that they find that magic spot where the buy demand for the token exceeds the emissions. And then investor reflexivity kicks in, and more investors are unlikely to dump the ELE token as they farm it. And assuming that they've built a very robust community, as this community sees the price of the ELE token going up, it'll confirm to them that the tokenomics is working, and in many cases, they'll get even more exposure to the token. And if you're wondering what I plan to do in the future or how long I'm going to hold these tokens, even if you join the lowest tier I have on Patreon for $20 a month, you'll be able to follow my moves in real time in my private Discord channels. And if you needed further guidance in DeFi, or maybe you just want to expedite your learning so you could fully take advantage of the opportunities that are presented today, by signing up for one of the higher tiers I have, you'll be able to gain one-on-one access with me. If you feel like any of these services would benefit you, make sure you guys check out my Patreon link in the description below. With that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is CryptoOneStop signing out. I'll talk to you folks next time. Bye.